Hey yo, and what is up, gang? Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel once again today for our official WWE SummerSlam preview and prediction show. We are going to talk about all of that right here and right now, as always, on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Oh my God, what is up, wrestling fans? Welcome back to the show. I am Nick Nightmare. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and welcome back to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV. And check it out, the WWE is not the only ones that can pull the demon out of their back pocket for a SummerSlam spectacular. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I'm sorry for getting so late with this SummerSlam preview here, but I've been having a hell of a week. We've been all over the place trying to catch superstars. I was at House of Glory last night, High Intensity 6. I met the Hitman, Bret Hart. Check him out right here. Look at this. You can't see the autograph, but it's written in pink. It's absolutely beautiful. The man was a sweetheart. I got to talk to him for about a full 2 minutes, which is impressive, being that they were shooing the line to get the show started because he unfortunately arrived a little bit late. But we talked briefly, him and I, about WrestleMania 10 and his match with Yokozuna where he won the World Championship, because I was in the audience at that time. I was a ripe, young 16-year-old man full of all kinds of fluids that I've been ready to unleash upon the world, and it was a fucking fantastic night for me, and he reiterated those very same sentiments. He said he hadn't thought about that match in quite some time, and that was a very special match and a very special night to him, and he was very happy that he could give me that wonderful memory. And I shook his hand. I took a picture, which I did not have ready to go here because, like I said, it was a long night at House of Glory. We got out of there close to midnight. It was fucking fantastic, and we will talk more about that on a later edition of the show, because today we are here to talk about SummerSlam, and SummerSlam is shaping up to be Summer Shit Slam. I don't really care about 3/4 of this card. We got about 12, 13 matches here. I got the match card. I pulled it up right here. We're going to go over it one at a time. We're going to go right through the bullshit part of the card, which is the majority of the card, because I really have no excitement for anything that is going on here at SummerSlam. My main excitement is going to be Saturday night, this evening. As I'm finished and wrap up over here, I am heading to Brooklyn, to the Barclays Center, to attend NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. It's going to be glorious, everybody. I will be in attendance. Keep your eyes on the crowd for a Sledgehammer Wrestling Show sign. I have my glorious sign, and I got a little sign also from my buddy JD. We're going to try to get everybody a little exposure off the script. Wherever you see me, you will see a sign. Make sure, if you do see that sign, you get it to me via social media. Capture it, screen cap it, hashtag it, Instagram it, Facebook it, whatever the hell you want to do. Get it to me, baby. Let's show the world that the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show was at the greatest NXT show of the year, and it's going to be fantastic. So I'm absolutely pumped about that. I'm getting ready to go, so I'm looking to breeze through this and not drag you guys along very far with some of my humdrum and ramblings that I like to do here and there. So let's get this started. For some reason, the Cruiserweight Championship match is still listed on this particular listing. I do not believe this is still going to be on the card, being that we've seen it on Monday Night Raw. I thought they did it to remove it from the SummerSlam card because it was already too packed full of bullshit. But according to this card that I'm looking at right now, Tozawa versus Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship is still going to happen. Who cares? Do you care? Is Neville going to come back and take it back and start this over again? And that's kind of what I hope is going on, but that would be terrible to do to Tozawa. He's a fantastic talent, and I hope that he's able to make something of himself with the Cruiserweight Championship. But if this match goes down, I have no fucking clue what they're going to do. What would be the reason to have this match again so quickly other than to give the champ his rematch, in which case they could either give him the title back or establish Tozawa as the next reigning champion. What I think they're going to do, would be the move that would make no sense. They're probably going to give it right back to Tozawa. I'm sorry, right back to Neville and screw Tozawa. That was just to pop the crowd, to get people talking right before SummerSlam, and then let's get back on track with the King of the Cruiserweights. That's what I think will happen if that match actually goes on. After that, we have this absolute fucking waste of match, and it is a fucking waste of the Intercontinental Championship. This should be a one-on-one match for the Intercontinental title between The Miz and Jason Jordan, but instead we're getting the Hardys and Jason Jordan versus The Miz and The Miztourage, which is something else we've already seen on fucking Monday Night Raw. We're just gonna do it all over again. Fantastic. Do you care? Because I don't care. I don't fucking care about this. I can care less. Instead of trying to establish and build Jason Jordan, you feel the fact that the crowd isn't feeling him, and you want to pair him with the Hardy Boys as if that's gonna get him over. Does anybody give a shit? Because I certainly don't. Who wins? Who cares? I would actually hope in this situation that they would give the win to The Miz, because he is the Intercontinental Champion, after all. You wouldn't know that because we barely fucking focus on that. Ever since he's come back to Monday Night Raw, he's been a joke. The Intercontinental Championship has been treated as nothing, just as a prop, as something he's holding. He's not defending it on a regular basis like he was on SmackDown, as he was being forced to do by General Manager Daniel Bryan. He didn't have this great chemistry with Kurt Angle like he had with Daniel Bryan. So everything he's doing falls flat. Everything here with Jason Jordan and Kurt Angle is falling flat. So the only interesting thing in this match at all is the Hardy Boys. Do I care? Do I want to just see them wrestle The Miz and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel? No, I don't. So who cares? They'll probably make Jason Jordan win in order to start trying to get him over with the crowd, which most likely will be to a chorus of boos, unless, maybe the Hardy Boys get the pin. They'll be smart enough to do that and allow the kid to get the rub that way. Who knows? But the good guys will probably win in this scenario. Naomi versus Natalya. I really don't have any invested interest in this match. I like Natalya. I've always liked Natalya. They're not going to give her the championship. This is just going to be a match for Naomi to get a notch under her belt, to make her look like an established champion, and that's a good thing. I'm not complaining about that. That's a good thing. But this match, all in all, I can't expect it to be that good. Naomi's uber talented, absolutely the most athletic woman on the roster. But I think, especially in SummerSlam's case, she deserved a bigger profile opponent, not Natalya. And that's not a disservice to Natalya. It's just, we've seen this before. Like, we all know her time is done. She's not going to get the SmackDown Women's Championship. If they gave it to her tonight, I would be absolutely shocked out of my mind. And I will eat my words. I will have no choice but to eat crow here. But Natalya is not going to win this match. Naomi's going to win, and that's that. It's going to be good for Naomi. It's going to continue to paint Natalya in this I just can't win the big one light. And maybe they'll do something with that and build something off down the line. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. Somebody's honking a fucking horn outside. There's always fucking noises on this show. You can't control life, man. You just can't do it. Next on this list is the fucking worst match that they have on here. The absolutely useless match between John Cena and Baron Corbin. Made only the more useless by what they did to him on SmackDown. And look at my eyes. Look at him. We're not going to get back into that. Because I don't want to start yelling and killing myself and getting all amped up in a negative way before I'm going to enjoy myself in such a positive light at tonight's NXT TakeOver event. So we're just going to get right to it. Even if Baron Corbin absolutely squashes John Cena in this scenario, this is a failure to me. I don't care. I don't care. You've taken everything interesting about what you were doing with Baron Corbin and you've erased it by having this phony cash in. What are you going to do? Give it back to him? No, of course you're not going to give it back to him. So what is the point of this match? What is the point of this match? For Corbin to get revenge now? It was already booked. There was no reason for this to happen. They were already having this match. Why not have it and have the Money in the Bank briefcase up for grabs? And have John Cena beat him for the Money in the Bank, at least keeping the intrigue and keeping a Money in the Bank contract holder. And not just erasing it from memory. And now we're just doing nothing with everybody. It's fucking terrible, and I don't really care. I absolutely see John Cena winning, especially since they keep talking about his undefeated streak, and everybody keeps talking about it and saying that that's always your first sign of the fact that the person's going to beat that streak. And I definitely think that's what they're going to do. And if they do that, you could pretty much just cover the fucking grave with dirt. Cover Baron Corbin's grave with dirt. Cover it with cement. Never mind the dirt. Stick a nice little wolf's head on top. See, I can't even talk about this topic without getting all fucking hamped up, and I start blah, 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 blah on my words. So let's just move along. John Cena's probably going to win this match. And when he does, everybody say a prayer and sing a little song for Baron Corbin because he's done. After this, they have Randy Orton versus Rusev. Fantastic. Not one shit given. Not even a fucking dingleberry nugget of a shit is given about this match at all. If Randy Orton wins this match, the WWE is fucking clueless. And I do not want to see that happen. This should be the moment in time where they start to reestablish the Bulgarian Brute and make him beat Randy Orton clean and send him on some sort of a mission. Some sort of an angle that allows him to flourish and be the great talent that Rusev is. That's what I want to see happen. That's what I want to see happen. But what we're going to see happen is RKO to Rusev, probably 1, 2, 3. And we're all going to be on here after the show talking about how fucking stupid it is and how nonsensical it was. Moving along after that, another absolutely pointless match that has had 0 to no build except for a couple of matches already that ended up in nothing. Finn Balor lost cleanly to Bray Wyatt. And then they decided to tell the world that the Demon is coming to SummerSlam. Whereas the better way to go about this would have been to keep that a fucking secret. Announce the match, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt again. And then get all of us here, we'll all get our panties in a bunch and be like, oh, we're going to have this match again. And then right before his music comes out, you even start the white version of it with the new Finn Balor with that weird upside down A that looked like the fangs and do the whole thing. And then fade it to red. And then the Demon would come out and the Barclays Center would have erupted. It would have made for a magical, explosive SummerSlam moment that nobody would have really seen coming. Some of us might have speculated it. We might have thought about it and said, well, hopefully the Demon will come. We might have thought it, but we wouldn't have had confirmation of it, and it would have been a fantastic surprise. But instead, we're getting the already hyped Demon versus the Eater of Worlds, and who wins this match? The Demon. That's it. If they make him lose to Bray Wyatt in the persona of the Demon, then they will be killing the Demon off. In his first re-emergence since Finn Balor's injury, they will have squashed everything in one fell swoop by sacrificing the Demon to Bray Wyatt, who has been directionless for years with this company because he's so special that they don't know what to do with him. Much like the Demon here. Much like Shinsuke Nakamura. Much like even AJ Styles to a point. They just don't know what to do when they have lightning in a bottle. All they want to do is open the bottle, let the lightning out, and collect the cash. The New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship is one of the 4 matches I'm only looking forward to. I know this sentiment has probably been echoed by many of the podcasters in the world because it's the facts. Face it. Come on, face it. That fact is, that is all there is to this card. 2 World Tag Team title matches, possibly the Raw Women's Championship, and the Fatal 4-Way to finish this thing off. Everything else is a non-issue. Nobody gives a shit. But this match is one of the ones we're going to give a shit about. We are going to open our eyes and make sure that we view this because they have fantastic chemistry. I love the rise of the new heel Usos. I think they are fantastic working with the New Day. They have great in-ring chemistry. Obviously, all of these guys have been watching some New Japan and Ring of Honor because their movesets have grown and expanded in fantastic ways, and I expect to see that continue. And hopefully, the Usos will come out on top and reclaim the Tag Team Championship. That's what I would do, because they definitely are the stronger presence, and having the heel and having whatever babyface tag teams you want chase that heel for that title and keep being unsuccessful for whatever reason until maybe you have a big blow up at the Royal Rumble and then you have a title change happen. Or even at Survivor Series if you don't want to wait that long. Wait for the pay-per-view, have another big epic contest, throw a stipulation on it, maybe 2 out of 3 falls for the tag team titles. Who knows? That's what I would do. What they're probably going to do is allow the New Day to overcome the Usos because the Usos have been getting the advantage over the Usos lately on SmackDown Live. So I expect the New Day to get their comeuppance and most likely retain. That's what the WWE will do. It's not what I would do, but we all know they don't do what I would do. Big Show versus Big Cass. Enzo's ass in a shark cage. Do you care? Because I don't. Enzo's going to steal the show from a cage 15 feet high in the air. Because these two clods, I don't want to say this. We all know that somehow, some way, Big Cass is going to win this match. The most interesting thing that can happen, which is probably not going to happen, which is something that I said a couple of weeks ago, is if Enzo turned heel right now on the Big Show and you reestablish them as a heel tag team, but you don't need heel tag team. You got the Revival over there on Monday Night Raw. You got Sheamus and Cesaro. You don't need another heel tag team. You need some babyface tag teams. That's why you're doing Rollins and Ambrose. I don't know. I don't see the point of this match, and I don't really care. It's not going to make me view Big Cass in a better light, because what is the Big Show now? He's nothing. Well, I'm nothing, because that's what he is. This match is pointless. Big Cass is going to win. The only thing that would be interesting is if they swerve us and have them reform as a tag team, but that's not going to happen. I absolutely do not see that. Maybe it'll be inadvertent. Maybe Enzo will drop like a gold chain down, try to drop it to the Big Show, which would be senseless because they're the good guys in this scenario. Why would they try to cheat to win? And then maybe Cass will get his hands on it and use it and end up winning the match. Who knows? If I called that verbatim, then you know you fucking heard it here first today. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. We've seen this 4 times now. And having Shane McMahon in the mix, sure, I guess it makes it a little more entertaining. I just think that they're going to put on a good match. AJ Styles can have a good match with a mop. So it doesn't make a difference who he's in there with, and he knows it's SummerSlam. I expect these two to go out there and kill it. It's probably going to be a good match. I just really don't care. I don't. The best thing they could do right now is have Kevin Owens get that title back, but that's not what they're going to do. AJ Styles is going to win this match. I don't know if Shane's going to play a factor into it. He almost has to, because of the rumored feud that's going to happen between Shane and Kevin Owens, which is going to lead into Survivor Series, Team Owens versus Team McMahon. It's a very, very highly talked about right now, very big rumor in the rumor mill, and if it has any validity to it, AJ Styles is going to win tonight. So if AJ wins tonight, expect that to happen. Expect Shane to not call it so much down the middle, because that will have some sort of a motivating factor for Kevin Owens to continue to hate and accuse Shane McMahon and start some sort, well, not start, but to really ignite this rivalry that they've been kind of subtly hinting at over the last few weeks. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. This match is just maybe underhyped. I mean, we all know of their history, but because they were going with Bayley for so long and then they shifted gears because of Bayley's injury, you almost feel like Alexa Bliss isn't going to lose in this scenario. Because what were the plans? Were the plans really to give the title to Bayley? That would be asinine. So, if you're just inserting Sasha into Bayley's position, you don't change the story, do you? No. So, you continue along the path, you just inserted the blue-orange for the red-orange. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different character. But you continue the story. You're not going to change the story just because you have a new character involved. Or else you're killing the overall point you're trying to get to at the end of the story. You have this story built. So now you're just switching pieces. Why would you switch the story? You're going to convolute it. You're going to confuse it. You're going to confuse us, which you have always done over the last couple of years. But we'll have to see what happens. Sasha Banks is another one walking around talking about how she hasn't won in Brooklyn. which is what makes me afraid that they're going to make her win this match. If she wins the title tomorrow night at SummerSlam, it wouldn't make any sense. Because think about it from a creative point of view. That could not have possibly been the finish for Bayley. There would be no reason to give Bayley the title at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. If they did that, they would be as stupid as we all claim they really are. So it makes no sense. So why would you change that? I don't know. But by her saying that she's never been successful in Brooklyn yet, ever since she started, she lost in NXT to Bayley, she lost at SummerSlam last year, it makes you think she's due for a win. But if she wins this match, it's going to throw everything out of whack, I think. It's going to make it worse. And Alexa Bliss is on fire right now. She's been carrying that belt and making the Raw Women's Championship one of the better things to see on the show. Nonetheless, I have a strange feeling Sasha Banks is walking out the champion tonight. Against all of my hope and all of my will to see Alexa retain and continue a nice, decent reign until somebody worthy can unseat her, maybe like an Asuka. Because Sasha Banks has been kind of tainted with the way that she was booked. And the only other real viable contenders, I mean, you could throw Emma in there, but now you have a heel versus heel situation, so you don't want to do that. Bayley's going to be out for a while. There's rumors of this horsewoman battle. You don't want to have the women's championship involved in that gang warfare. Not because it's gang warfare, but because it's going to take away the attention of the title. Every personality in both groups is going to overshadow that title. So you allow Alexa to be champion throughout this thing. You let the 4 horsewomen of MMA and the 4 horsewomen of WWE have their little rumble thing, settle it at Survivor Series, and along the way you have her maybe feud with Mickie James. You know, let Alexa reign as a champion. Let that happen. So that when somebody, maybe like Asuka, comes up and takes that title from her, it means so much more. Because Alexa's been killing it as the champion. And if they allow her to continue to do that, and let Sasha go play with Bayley and Becky and Charlotte and do this interbrand promotional Survivor Series horsewoman thing, that's what I would like to see. That would be great. I'm not against that at all. I love it. I'm just afraid they're going to include the championship in that story, which is, it'll bring it more attention because a champion is involved, but it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's going to be maybe their way to find a way to get that title around the waist of Ronda Rousey, who has not shown us anything yet. So I'm hoping that they don't do that just because of her name. But, you know, it's a WWE, so you never know, guys. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Who doesn't know what's going to happen here now? Now that Baron Corbin is not the Money in the Bank contract holder, and nobody is, there's no Money in the Bank surprise that can possibly happen. Shinsuke Nakamura is winning tonight. If Jinder Mahal beats Shinsuke Nakamura cleanly or even by some sort of a schmaz finish, I can't even talk about it because I don't know what I would do. I don't think I have enough venom left in me after my video about what they did with Baron Corbin. I just don't feel it in me. I can't keep doing that. I can't keep getting angry about it. It's making me agitated and edgy right now, as you can see. If Jinder Mahal wins this match, oh my God, are they going to do so much damage to the brand, to Mahal, to Nakamura? Nakamura's got to win. He's got to win. It's almost inevitable. It's going to happen. And they are going to lead that into, hopefully, some sort of a feud with AJ Styles down the line. Right off the bat, they're not going to do it right away. If they give it to us right away and just have it at like a Survivor Series or a Royal Rumble or any pay-per-view in between, it's going to be a disservice to the match itself. And it'll be absolutely disgusting and will be disgraceful to see. And I hope that that is not the immediate plans. And then they could have champion versus champion, U.S. champion versus world champion, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It'll be the biggest match ever in SmackDown history. Because they want to say that about every fucking match that's the main event every week now. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the World Heavyweight Championship. Bottom line. If he doesn't, I say we riot. I say we go and march on Titan Towers and tell them that message. Don't give a shit about his affiliation to Donald Trump. Who gives a fuck? The world moves around you and around, and there's nothing you could do to change something like that. But maybe as a force and as a group, we could change the creative direction if we all marched on the fucking corporate center and been like, you guys suck, we hate Mahal, you ruin Shinsuke, you ruin this. Who knows what we could do? But I'm just one voice. I need thousands of voices. And we need to really commit to go and do it. But we have to first see how SummerSlam unfolds before I start dragging out our torches and pitchforks like they were doing down in fucking Charlotte. But this will be for an actually really good reason, not for an asinine, racist, retarded reason. So, the main event of this night will be Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe. Fatal 4-way elimination match for the Universal title. And if anybody really believes they're going to take it off of Brock Lesnar because of this John Jones thing, you're out of your mind. Brock Lesnar needs at least 1 year to finish his suspension for his previous USADA violation. He's not going to be fighting anybody in the UFC anytime soon. It's not going to happen until at least after WrestleMania, possibly next summer, so get it out of your heads, okay? Brock Lesnar is winning this match. He's walking out with the championship. They're just using all this UFC bullshit as kayfabe story, and it's fantastic. I don't mind it at all. But I don't believe for 1 minute that Brock Lesnar is leaving the company, even if he loses. But he's not going to lose, so don't worry about it. There's no reason for him to lose here. Whoever wins the title, if they beat Brock Lesnar tonight, it's not as impactful, it's not as meaningful as if he went one-on-one with the Beast and took the title from him, like a Braun Strowman or a Samoa Joe. Nobody wants to see Roman do it again. We all know this. It's a general consensus. Get over it. The bottom line is, what I would rather see is at a Royal Rumble, at WrestleMania even, Braun versus Brock, Joe versus Brock, one-on-one, submission style, falls count anywhere, last man standing. Now that Braun's calling himself the last man standing, that would be a great thing. That would be the last man standing, Braun Strowman, versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, in a last man standing match. That's Braun Strowman's match. Can he keep the Beast down? I just made you more interested in that one match that probably might never happen than the whole entire card of SummerSlam. Holy shit. Brock Lesnar is coming out of this unscathed. It's got to happen. Anybody else wins this title tonight? I don't really care. It'll be looked upon very unfavorably on this show, no matter who it is. Even if you give it to Samoa Joe in this scenario, it's not going to do much for Joe, because you're not going to have Joe beat Braun Strowman. You're not going to have Joe pin Roman Reigns again at SummerSlam, and you're not going to have Joe beat Brock Lesnar. So Samoa Joe is out. The only real people that we need to worry about are Roman and Strowman. That's it. Because Vince loves these guys so much that he could pull the trigger right now and be like, you know what, Brock, we're going to give it to Strowman tonight. You're not going to get pinned. You know what, Samoa Joe, you're only in this match to be the guy who gets his shoulders pinned to the mat. If Samoa Joe is the guy pinned for anybody to be the winner of this match, you know you heard it here first. That's it, everybody. That's my thoughts on what is going to go down. Those are my previews and predictions for Survivor Series 2017 live from the Barclays Center tomorrow night. Special start time of 7 p.m. on the WWE Network. Don't forget to be there and check it out, as shitty as it's probably going to be. But you got to watch it, because if you come back to watch the review, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you do come back and check out everything that we have to say, because I'm almost positive I am not going to be a happy guy by the end of the show. I will be a very, very, very happy guy when I go to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 tonight in a couple of hours. I'm going to be outside the Barclays Center somewhere trying to find a spot to just set up and maybe see some of you guys out there. So if you get your eyeballs on this right now and you got some time to shoot over to Brooklyn, come on out, try to find me, shake my hand, maybe answer a trivia question, maybe I give you a t-shirt or a Sledgehammer wrestling card, something like that. Oh, who knows? Who knows? I don't even know if I'm going to be allowed to post up anywhere, if I'm going to be chased away by cops or whatever. Who knows? It's going to be an interesting afternoon. I'm very nervous about it, if I'm being honest with you, but it's very, very exciting. And I am about to embark on that journey right now. Don't forget to keep your eyes peeled for our House of Glory stuff coming to you. I'm going to have some pictures and a little bit of video up for you guys. It was a fucking tremendous night. Like I said, Bret the Hitman Hart, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. An absolute fucking gem of a man, a total sweetheart. It was fucking fantastic. It was hands down 100 times better than what I'm going to be feeling come Sunday night for SummerSlam. And that's gonna do it, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed my special. See how surprise, here was the demon. Surprise, you didn't know he was coming, but here he is. Surprise. I hope you enjoyed it, because that's how it's done, WWE. You don't tell people that the demon's coming, you just make them show up. Anyway, that's what I would do. But what the hell do I know, huh? I am Nick Nightmare. This is Blue, the Snowball Microphone. Thanking you guys once again for joining us. Don't forget to check out everything else on the channel and to stay tuned for more stuff all SummerSlam weekend long. Right here on Sledgehammer TV. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and we are out of here. And we will see you next time, right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good SummerSlam, everybody, and we will see you back for the review. Peace.